Happy SSP Tuesday to any of our
SSP
viewers that might
Tuesday.
be watching.
All right, Chris has his days mixed up. It is SSP, but it's SSP
SSP Thursday.
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 Yes.
Sorry.
Happy SSP Thursday, everybody. Thank you for joining us. If you're watching us live, awesome. Welcome to the conversation. If you're not, we're here every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Pacific. So please join us for the conversation. Hit the subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll know every time we go live. Got a lot to talk about. There's actually some sets coming out that we're looking forward to, so we wanted to get into that. But why don't you tell everybody a little bit about SSP Thursday, what it is, and how they can join in?
Yeah, this is our second week of SSP Thursday. Thank you. I don't know why I said Tuesday. A lack of sleep and nutrients, probably. But yeah, we're doing this on Instagram. Post a good SSP. Hashtag SSP Thursday. Tag you, tag me, tag Ephus Pitch, one of the three of us, and we'll share it. I think I've got about 30 stories up right now of amazing SSPs. They're just really cool cards to see. The last 2 Thursdays, I've seen at least a dozen or so cards I've never seen before.
It's really
That's
cool,
always
yeah.
fun.
Getting to see cards you haven't seen or haven't seen in a while or have never seen somebody have. You only see pictures in a magazine. Hey, what's up, JV? So yes, so going forward, we're gonna do it the first Thursday of every month. So mark your calendars for SSP Thursday on Instagram, and please post yours. I want to show the one that I posted today. It's SSP that we picked up recently. There's Mookie Betts.
Yeah, look at that with the flag.
Glory, with Old Glory behind him. Yeah.
That's just an incredible Stadium Club.
Yep.
Stadium Club SSP, fantastic image. I mean, not sure what else you could want in a Mookie Betts card. Unless you're a huge Dodger fan, you don't want to see him in a Red Sox jersey.
That's true. Yeah, but, he's got some amazing Dodger SSPs, some of which are almost impossible to find. So hopefully we'll see a few of those in upcoming SSP Thursdays. What's up, Alan, Henry, Slugger City? Thanks for joining. Jorge, are dugout peaks considered SSPs? I believe so. Chris knows more about opening day than I do. The dugout peaks from opening day, right?
Yes, they are super, super rare. I think it's fine. I think we can definitely call them that.
Yeah.
We can call them SSPs because they usually do have totally unique images that are great. There's actually a really awesome Acuna from 2019 on eBay right now. Not my card, not Jeff's card, but it's him in the dugout with blooper. It's a pretty amazing card. I think there's like 3 or 4 at PSA. It's crazy rare. So I would say yes. We can call those SSPs. I'm fine with that.
There you go. Yes, so join in the fun on SSP Thursdays, first week of every month. Now, before we talk about the sets, I just wanted to hit some news that came out, which I guess shouldn't have been really surprising, but it was still kind of disappointing. It was the Tom Brady and Bowman Chrome draft news that broke. And for those of you who broke any or ripped open any Bowman Chrome draft when it came out, the big hit was, of course, Tom Brady in an Expos uniform. And he was drafted by the Expos. I'm not sure what year that was, 97 something, 96, 97. But anyways, they put him on a card, and he autographed some of them, and they were really popular cards. Well, it came out this week that he was actually photoshopped onto a photo of Darren Fletcher. So
Expo legend Darren Fletcher.
Yeah. Expo legend Darren Fletcher, an actual picture of him that they just put Tom Brady's head on. And it shouldn't be surprising. I mean, we know that there's Photoshop used often in Bowman draft and Bowman Chrome because they put the uniforms on. Professor, I thought that was known about a couple weeks after release. Well, it wasn't. I didn't hear about it. It just kind of hit the wide news this week, and a lot of people were upset about it. It was right after that was it the Superfractor sale? I think the Superfractor sale for $158,000. It came out, and people were talking about if that guy. I was disappointed. You were ahead of the curve if you knew it, Professor. It really just hit the news for us this week. And when they found the actual picture of Darren Fletcher, they uncovered it. And I was telling Chris that we shouldn't be surprised because if they had actually done a photo shoot, which would have been really cool, they would have promoted the heck out of it. They would have had videos all over tops of him throwing on the Expos uniform, which they should have done. I mean, it's just pure laziness that they didn't do it, but
Yeah.
it's kind of disappointing. It wasn't a card that Chris and I were going after anyway, but I know a lot of people were, and it's just kind of disappointing to know that it's completely fake, except for just a head thrown on there.
Yeah, I mean, a photo shoot wouldn't have. I mean, what, like all the publicity they could have done, the advertising. I mean, to be fair, I love the commercial that they did
Yes.
with those Expos guys at the bar. That was fantastic. But it just seems so impossibly lazy. And I assume they picked this guy because they figured no one's going to be looking up Darren Fletcher in an Expo jersey. But
I,
people
I,
have time. People always
I
have
kind of
more free
pictured it,
time
Chris.
than
I kind of pictured it like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's watching and pointing.
yes.
I kind of felt like it was either Darren Fletcher or his mom seeing it on TV and being like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah,
And
that
then,
looks familiar.
yeah.
I just want to go back. Jorge, what's cool, YouTube seems to have adjusted this on my phone now, Jeff. I can actually see the comments and they stay there. So that's kind of exciting. Oh, Jorge, you absolutely should share your 2020 dugout peaks of Machado. That's a really cool.
Yes.
I shouldn't say it's a cool card because I haven't seen it. I don't know what that looks like. So yeah, please post that up on Instagram. Tag Jeff and I. We'll share it around. Really cool card.
Yeah. Professor, no, as a Michigan alum, his face doesn't even look like late 90s, early 2000s. I knew it wasn't a picture of him from that time. I knew that much, but
Yeah. I mean, listen, if Giselle told me to fix my face, I'm gonna go fix my face. Like I don't fault him for that at all. We all have, you know, limits to what we can and can't do, I suppose.
Michael apparently tuned in to
Oh,
our short clip of the Ken Griffey Jr. auto that we pulled out of our favorite product, which is Stadium Club Chrome from 2020. And yes, it was awesome. So if you haven't yet, check out the short that we just put up on the channel. Uh, Along
yeah,
with a friend Jake, Short Print Today on Instagram, we opened up some boxes of 2020 Stadium Club Chrome, and we were like a kid in a candy store. It was very fun. So yeah, please check that
yeah,
out.
yeah. I would say we were very much like a drunken kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
That video was hilarious. And the day that video is made, I don't smile when I watch that. It's probably my last day on earth, I would think. I didn't bring the card out here. So if my wife is watching, if you want to go ahead and grab that Griffey, you know where it is. Just if you wouldn't mind grabbing it and rush it out
I'm
here,
sure it's under
I'll show
Chris's
it again.
pillow. It's under Chris's pillow in case
Yeah.
you don't know where it is. Bring it out,
Yes.
please.
Yes. Yeah. It's in that frame marked "Forever in Love" that used to have a picture of us. It's now that.
Yeah, it might come out with a crease down the middle.
Yeah, it might just be a crumpled up ball thrown at me
Yeah.
if it does show up. I will say though, as much as we love 2020 Stadium Club Chrome, as much as all those cards look incredible, I mean, this is just like this is an Acuna refractor, and I mean the shine on these things is just they're really special. Like this set was just executed so well. I mean, the base card images are awesome. This is like the Otani card. This is probably his most expensive base card that's not a rookie. But we now know that a lot of the big autos in the set are redemptions. The Jordan autos are all redemptions. The Bichette autos are all redemptions. Those are probably the two biggest rookies. No offense, Lewis Robert. I don't know about Harper, Shohei, and Soto. I don't know if those three are redemptions or not.
I don't know. There's so few of them out
There
there.
are so few. So I'm not sure, but just be aware. It's fun to rip, but some of the biggest pulls you could possibly have they're basically dead redemption cards at this point.
Yes. And again, that's something Fanatics said they were going to try to take care of, both reducing
Yeah.
the number of redemptions in a product and taking off the expirations when they have them, because it's really ridiculous to have any sort of expirations on those.
Yeah. Hold on, real quick. I see in the comments. Jorge's asking about Stadium Club. I consider Stadium Club image variations to be SSPs. Topps announced last year that they were limiting the production run was 200, which is lower than the assumed flagship SSP run of like 2018 update. Because the number you get seen thrown around is 300 for those and 3,000 for the SPs. So I'm calling those SSPs. So post away, Jorge. Post away. Because I'm guessing the ones before 2022, there's way less than 200. Especially when you get back to like 2018, 2017, before the hobby boomed.
And I think there's before SSPs and SPs were well known, a lot of them were just being thrown in commons boxes. So despite the print run being set at 200 or 300 in the case of flagship, I bet a lot of them just got mixed in with commons boxes, thrown away. never to be found again. So I think the print run's smaller, or the actual cards out there is smaller than the print run, and there are a lot of cards people haven't seen. So please post them. That's really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think that Machado with the seeds getting thrown at him. I want to say there's like 2 PSA 10s, maybe 3. I'm willing to bet that EK Molly 82 has one, but the other one is probably stashed away in Manny Machado's house.
Yes. So
check your email.
Aaron says, I really enjoy how you guys seemingly blab about the slabs. It's literally unbelievable. Well, we blab about a lot of things card related. So tune in if you want to hear some blabbing about slabbing and not slab cards.
Yeah, the show really named itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was my wife who was deep into a bottle of Prosecco. It was like, what are you guys gonna do? Just blab about slabs? And we're like,
yes.
Hold on. I think she's onto something.
Yeah, and I think somebody else, maybe it was Jorge, said that he's looking forward to Stadium Club 2023, and we're going to get into that because I think we might actually see it.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that. Before we do, a football card guy, Eric. Well, we don't know a lot about football, so definitely chime in with any football-related comments you have. Although I'm a big Packer fan. Go Pack.
Yeah, we'll do our best. The last football pack I bought, I want to say, was like 1994.
Oh, all right.
I have a couple. I was a big Steve Young fan. I have some Steve Young cards.
Oh yeah, Steve Young, Smith, Barry Sanders.
Yeah, that's pretty much the end of my football knowledge, though.
Shelly, welcome, Shelly. Do you guys know anything about the Abe SSPs from 2010 Tops? Yes, but only because somebody mentioned it on our channel. Oh, there's the Griffey. Hold up.
Yeah.
I gotta say they did a great job with all the colors on this card. Now it's out of 15.
Out of 15.
I don't know if it's considered what color it's considered, a blue or green.
I think it's just that the 15s are base, and then there's a red out of 5. And
okay.
I think that's it.
Yeah, they did a great job with the colors. Yes, somebody mentioned the Abe Lincoln, and so I kind of went down that rabbit hole. I didn't know anything about it, but in 2010, there were 4 cards, 4 Chicago Cubs that people started noticing that there were Abraham Lincoln pictures in the background. He was either they put his head on somebody watching, or on one he's on the outfield scoreboard. And they're very rare. They're exceedingly rare. In fact, I looked on eBay to try to find any. I couldn't find them, but I found an ESPN article from that year, from 2010, talking about it. And they were just thrown in there as a surprise. And Topps did announce it, but Topps then did confirm that there were 4 of them. And they did it as Obama tribute, because he's from Illinois, the land of Lincoln. So even though his favorite team is the Sox, so they should have done the Sox, they still did it for the Cubs and put those pictures in there. So I'd love to see it. If anybody has it. Abe's are better than the Sparkles, yes, because you can actually tell what's going on there. So yes, I recommend you guys look it up. Look up Abe Lincoln 2010 Topps SPs, and you'll see. I'm trying to remember, or I think Ryan Dempster was one of the players.
Yes, I'm looking at it right now. So I mean, it's a really cool thing, but it's hard to notice. Like, Ryan Dempster is one, and Abraham Lincoln is the second base umpire. Behind him. And then Milton Bradley has one where the scoreboard says Abraham Lincoln and it's got a space.
Yes, that one's the easiest to tell probably, because they changed the whole background.
And then Tyler Colvin, his flagship rookie card, has this variation with Abe in the dugout. Yeah. So I mean, these are not like huge names. So these are guys that when they were pulled, people are probably just like, into the pile.
Yeah, somebody started noticing them. Anyway, that's really cool. So I don't know how many more stories there are before the mainstream SPs and SSPs hit. That was kind of the beginning, 2010. So
yeah, 2009, 2010. And I'm sorry, Jeff Samardzija is the other one. Abe is in the stands just under his pitching elbow.
Yes, that's right.
You would never notice that ever. I would never see that on this card.
No. So if anybody collected in 2010s, which a lot of people were talking about, and this came up on a Reddit thread from a couple months ago that the viewer had mentioned. So I checked it out there too, and people were going through their 2010 cards trying to see if they had any of these. So if you have 2010 cards, go look and see if you can find any. And if you do, post them and let us know. Lincoln Thomas says, Topps football has some great SSP cards, especially in 08, Brett Favre riding a tractor. And another one with the ghost of Lombardi over his shoulder. I got to see that one. Wow. All right. Well, thanks for the tip. Yeah, I wasn't collecting then, but I was still a diehard Packer fan. I'll have to check
Yeah,
that
I
out.
mean, you might have to go back and pick up some of those Brett Favre variations, Jeff. If we can find them for, I have no idea how much those go for. I don't know, Lincoln Thomas. Have you ever seen those like sell lately?
Yeah, are they popular? The Ghost of Lombardi. That's great.
Yeah.
And maybe who knows? Maybe we'll get on a lucky roll this year and we'll have a Ghost of Lombardi over Jordan Love.
Oh
SS
man.
2024, 2024, 25 tops. Whenever tops takes back over again.
Whew. But yeah, I don't want you to go all the way down that rabbit hole, Jeff. But it would be kind of fun to watch it happen.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The more SSPs I hear about, the more interested I become.
Absolutely.
$500 to $1,000. A few listed on eBay now. Okay, that's a little higher than I'd probably like to put into it, but I'll definitely check it out. Thanks for the tip.
Speaking of cards with stuff behind players, I've never seen this card other than a picture on Beckett or Cardboard Connection. I'm not sure, but in 2020 tops, there's an Aaron Judge variation for you Yankee fans out there, where Babe Ruth is like in the dugout or in the stands. I've never seen this card anywhere but online. It's pretty cool though.
Is he noticeable or is he kind of hidden like the Abes?
He's pretty noticeable.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's like the Judge is in his batting stance and he's right here, like kind of at the edge of the dugout. That's cool. If you're a Yankee fan, I feel like that's one you really got to track down. But
Jake, I'm still looking for that card.
Well, yeah, there you go. I'm glad you're aware of it. Yeah, I mean, that would be really cool if maybe they'll do something like that with Acuna in a few years. They'll put like Hank Aaron in the dugout behind him. I have a physical reaction to that card if they decide to make it. I definitely have to go track it down.
Yeah, I'm wondering those cards. One got listed several months back. PSA 8 snagged for 900 immediately. All right, so they're not cheap.
Yeah, Jake, what's the pop? What's the PSA pop on those? Like, how many have been graded overall? I would guess like 10, maybe. I don't know.
Woo. Sounds like searching for SSPs and Topps Holiday. Except candy canes, right?
Yeah, candy canes and like elf hats sometimes, and I can't get into that stuff. I can't.
Background. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of kitschy. It's good for kids. Kids
Yes.
like. But I'm interested if they're going to do any of these. Jake says less than 5 at PSA. Okay. in 2024, because that's one thing we're going to talk about tonight. They dropped a ton of details about 2024 tops. Santa in the stands. Yeah. So it comes out Valentine's Day. So for all of you looking for a present for your loved one, case of tops. Maybe you can plan a date around it. Hey, Candler, welcome. So they released a lot of information. The design, which came out months after it usually comes out. It was a lot of anticipation about what's this 2024 going to look like.
Yeah.
It came out. There were a lot of initial skepticism maybe about it, but I think people have warmed to it. I know I have. I love the design. I think it's really cool. What do you think? If anybody hasn't seen it yet, it's a black border on the top, white on the bottom, kind of a gradient in between the two, going from black to white. A neon theme around.
Yeah, as more images surfaced, I liked it more and more.
Yeah,
I like how it seems like they chose images that really kind of fit in the design, like really, really well. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the parallels look like. The Bryce Harper Independence Day image we got looked awesome. They're kind of doing the whole flag. It's still just around the border, but the flag looks a million times better than the little stars were the last like 2 years. That was a huge bummer. So, but the Harper looks great. So I'm excited for the set. I want to see what these cards look like. I also want to just say for Valentine's Day, you got to be smart. I'm not like a professional relationship advisor. I am happily married. I can't speak for my wife, but I would say that a couple of hobby boxes, a top series one, maybe some Sauvignon Blanc, and you make a date out of it. And I think there's a way to do this very romantically. If someone would tell me what that is, I'd love to know. But I'm sure that exists.
Too close to those candles when you're opening them.
That's true. Oh, candlelight, absolutely. That's a good call, Jeff.
A few comments. Professor 50 Diners Neon. It's very kind of diner-esque.
Mm-hmm.
With a touch of 86 tops. And Mookie Gilson says throwback to 86 tops. Yes, rediscovering cardboard. also mentioned that it's reminiscent of '86 tops, and I think that's with the black on top and the
Yeah.
white on the bottom and the sides. It is reminiscent. I think they did a good job incorporating a lot of cool elements. The name is big and easy to read. The team is big and easy to read. 5-star. Did you see the first rookie designation on the teaser? Yeah, there's some debate about that because that wasn't listed on the checklist. I think it said first card, right?
Yeah, I have no idea what that is. They might just be doing that on like the first set to come out that has the RC on it.
Yeah, well,
I don't know, but then it's always going to be. Isn't it always series one, or does Bowman ever beat series one? I don't think it does, right? Does it
no,
shift? So I mean, it's kind of a pointless addition. I don't know.
no, it doesn't. Perk says I'm gonna wait for Chrome. I bet they'll look great in Chrome, but you don't have to wait for that. Candlelight openings are
Uh,
the reason why people miss those Abe and Sparkle SSPs. That's true. They're very hard to see. So
oh yeah, a couple glasses of wine in, you're not going to pick up these little details for sure.
that's a
I
good
will say,
reminder.
going back to what Perk Card said,
Just say look through the cards the next day as well. So just to make sure you see
yeah,
any.
and always check the backs to see if they say gold SP on the back. Perk Card said he's going to wait for Chrome, and that when I saw this design, that was kind of like one of the first thoughts I had. Is like this is going to look really cool on a Chrome card.
Oh, and
Hopefully, a centered Chrome card. It's going to look really cool.
yeah,
Which I'm guessing they probably had that in mind when they were doing it. They were looking for something that's going to shine up really well.
yeah. So far, I give them I give them an A for design. 5 stars. It seems like they're trying to create a hierarchy with rookie cards, like in first Bowman prospect cards. Well, I don't know. Yeah, it's been a topic of much discussion on here and our other podcast. If you have not seen it, um, rookie cards versus first Bowman. It's a very sensitive topic for some people. Uh,
Let's
and
not. I don't think we should pull on this thread tonight, Jeff.
okay, we won't get into it,
I don't
but
think. I don't think we have time.
all right. Well, please check out our other podcast, Spitball and Cards, with some really, really great guys. And I think that they may be trying to go after that. I think it's kind of unnecessary. So we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I know that. I feel like you can't put the word first on two different cards or cards from two different years. You just can't do it. So I don't know. It doesn't really. It doesn't move the needle for me. I don't really. It doesn't affect me one way or the other.
And what's
It's
strange is
there.
that
So be it.
we've seen mock-ups with it and without it, so we don't really know what's gonna.
Yeah, maybe it's literally. It could just be. For all we know, it could be a one of one. That could be the very
Yeah,
first Elly
very first
Cruz that
card
got
off
printed.
and beyond the right, like they did the first jersey piece from in that set last fall. The first jersey printed.
The
Back.
stupidest thing I've ever seen. But I will say the thing on the series one that actually I was most surprised by and excited about on the checklist, and I hate to say this as someone who's not a fan of the Yankees, but Dominguez is in series one. I thought for sure they'd hold him back and use him to sell series two. But now in series one, we got Elly De La Cruz, Evan Carter, and Dominguez.
That was huge. I think that was the biggest surprise for all of us when they dropped
Yeah.
that. And especially with the injury that Dominguez had, you thought they would have some run. Be like, all right, well, we're just going to still save him for Series 2. Yeah, that was a big surprise. I think there's going to be a lot of people chasing all three of those guys. And then there's a next tier rookies that are good too. JV, it's like the Rookie Cup. Yeah, except it sounds like everybody's going to get this. The Rookie Cup goes to the people that made the Topps All-Star team the year before. So it's definitely the stars. This seems like it's on every
rookie,
every rookie who's in this. And if their first card is until Series 2, then that's where they would have the first rookie. Or if it's an update, it would have it then. Or would it be in Bowman since Bowman comes out before Series 2? Hard to say. Oh yeah, South Relic Rainbow. There's gonna be some fun rainbow chases and some extensive rainbow chases because there's a lot of parallels to be found.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I don't. Again, I'm not a big Yankee fan, but Dominguez was exciting. Like we all want to see what he can do. He's so young. We all saw those videos of him at like 17 launching balls when he came up. Like it was exciting. Some of us picked him up for their fantasy teams and had a brief run. I still maintain that the fact that I got him ahead of you is why he got hurt. We've seen that happen just too many times. But I want to know, like his Golden Mirror SSP is one of the cards I'm like most excited to see.
And his black parallel, right?
Oh, the black, yeah. I don't know what the image is for him yet. I haven't seen that mock-up. But the SSP could be like him and Aaron Judge. And if you're a Yankee fan, I mean, that's just like baseball card porn. So I feel like that's got to be the card you've got all your saved searches for on eBay, maybe save search on Reddit. because as soon as that pops up, the first one's probably going to sell for like $2,500. So don't buy the first one, but definitely be excited to see what that image is.
Yep. Yeah, I'm very excited for to see the parallels. Somebody mentioned that here as well. We, like Chris said, we saw the Independence Day, which is miles better than it's been. I'm not sure how the black's going to change. Just the full border is black, presumably. I don't think they're going to change the card, the image of the card, like they did in 2018, which was great. But it doesn't seem like they're going to do that. Still, I'm excited to see those. There are some new parallels related to Easter as well in this. So if anybody's looking for festive parallels, you've got the eggs, Easter eggs, rabbits, flowers out of 50, umbrellas out of 10, the watering can out of 5, and the one of one is the roses.
I mean, that's all going to be in retail. So, I hope people have a lot of fun chasing that stuff. It's not for us, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't begrudge them at all. Make it, throw it in retail, let people have a good time with it.
Yeah, it was popular with Halloween.
Yes. I will say, I'm looking at the comments here. JV Baseball Card says Evan Carter World Series SSP. My guess is they'll do that with Chrome. I don't think they're going to have time to turn that around.
Agreed. I think it's going to be a standard picture from earlier.
Yeah.
But great thought. I like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking like his Chrome, he'll probably have a Chrome rookie SSP. And I'm just in my head, I'm picturing like a wide shot of him making that jumping catch in Houston in the ALCS. That would be a fantastic card.
Yeah.
Someone else said, Perk Card says the black borders worry me when it comes to grading. And I just want to say, like, generally speaking, please don't grade base cards out of this product. Like, just don't. Like, your odds of making a profit there are really, really slim, especially if they start coming back 8s and 9s because of these black borders chipping. Now, you get it all black, you get the black parallel, the Indy parallel, grade the hell out of those. The camo parallel, absolutely. But Jeff, are you with me on this?
Yeah, I mean that was to be honest though, that was the first thing I was thinking when we saw the design. Black corners, we know it's going to be effect grading, but yes, I'm with Chris. You're not going to want to grade any of the base cards in here, and the majority. It seems like the parallels are going to not have the gradient border, right? The parallels, probably the whole border is going to be the same color. So yeah, you're probably not going to have to deal with the black except on the black parallels.
Now, I will say there's probably people watching and people at home thinking, like, if they find a perfect looking top border with all that black, maybe the pops will stay low. They're not going to stay low. There are going to be like 100,000 of these base cards printed. There will be plenty of PSA 10s to go around. Like, please save your money. Would be my do what you want to do. If you want to grade a card with your own money, we're not going to stop you. But we would recommend you not do that.
Agreed. Professor went from excited to meh with Elly last year. I think that happened with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And Evan Carter will be exciting to chase. Yes, so I think tops the best gift to themselves was Evan Carter having that huge postseason run, making him a chase, and that might be also why they decided to put Jasson here.
Yeah. Yeah, those SSPs are gonna be. I'm just so excited to see what the cards look like. The images, I should say.
Yep. Oh, M. Parsons mentioned she's looking forward to the Jesus on the Cross Easter SSP. I'm sure those are going to be sought after.
Yeah, and I think there's 5 that are autographed by Mel Gibson. So those might be fun to track down. Unless it's a sticker auto, and then I'm not interested.
On card only. On card only.
On card only. To be fair, and I don't want to. They've done Santa Claus autos, so I think we can see the avenue that these Easter parallels could go.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know if we're not collectors really outside of baseball, but I don't know if you saw that in the recent Disney release, they've had the characters signed. So there's like Mickey Mouse autograph, Goofy autograph. On card, I believe, maybe not, but I can't imagine those would be really sought after.
I'm not interested in those, but if there's a Princess Jasmine on card auto, I'm a potential buyer.
All right, we'll send a note to make sure she's in series 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna get an eBay save search up just in case that happens to get released.
Levi is sending a public reminder not to chase people just because they have a good postseason. Apparently, he suffered through the Jeremy Pena syndrome after that amazing postseason run he had. So he's saying don't put too much stock in Evan Carter, but man, he looked good.
Yeah, he has Evan Carter has the one skill that Jeremy Pena has yet to develop, which is plate discipline. Pena's a great shortstop, but he's got to learn that maybe don't swing at every pitch.
Everything.
Maybe, yeah. But
so we've got a lot of parallels to search for. There's a new one that I just wanted to mention. It's called a yellow crack out of 50. So they've had the Mother's Day pink out of 50, Father's Day blue out of 50. Well, they've added a yellow crackle out of 50 that can only be found in hanger packs. Something to keep an eye out for if you're into yellows or variations of some sort of gold, maybe. I don't know.
There is another parallel. It feels strange for me to say, but there's a new parallel I'm excited for. And I think, Jeff, you agree with me. I really want to see this design variation where they remove all that neon and all that exciting stuff off the front of the card. So the Acuna image, he's wearing that like throwback jersey and he's running. Looks like he's kind of looking over his shoulder, probably at either an Austin Riley double or perhaps I don't know, an Austin Riley pop out that he's going to score on anyway. But that card in full bleed with nothing, no name, no team, no tops. I feel like I'm going to want that card, Jeff.
Right. So that's what Chris is mentioning is what they announced is going to be an SSP. So I think it's for every player. They're going to have this version of the base card, same photo, which the images of the base card, as Chris mentioned, have been really great that we've seen so far. But it's going to be that image with nothing on the front, no design, no name, nothing. So yeah, they'll be great. And
that's a great idea.
A card that would look good with getting an IP autograph on something like that, where it's just nothing else on there. You get the player to sign. That'd be pretty cool. I'd love if autographs of those in the product, which I don't think they do, but that would be a great one. I could see getting
maybe they could do that in Chrome. Keep the same thing in Chrome. Maybe make that a parallel in Chrome and number autos to like 10.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be amazing. But I mean, that's going to take a ton of legwork that it's probably not going to be worth it to do.
Probably.
We can dream though.
No, but so yeah, we're looking for those and the SSP golden mirrors. So
oh yeah.
There should be 2 SSPs of every player. That's how it looks. That's how it's supposed to be. We'll see.
Yeah, Shelly the Turtle wants us to confirm that yes, we did get confirmation from Topps, and it is in like the 3rd sell sheet that they finally released. That yes, the golden mirrors are back, so there will be image variations for every card once again.
Yes, so they won't be the SSPs like pre-2022. They won't be, but they will be the golden mirror. So it's a different image, and the back will clearly be able to see that it's a super short print. So between that and the image without the design, you can tell that they're want to make it very clear that these are SSPs, these are hits. They're not going to get stuffed away in a commons box. They're not going to get missed. They're going to be easy to see with the breakers opening, who are going to open a lot of this product. So you can tell it's a little tailored towards that more than necessarily collectors. It kind of takes away the needle in the haystack kind of feeling that you get as a collector, but we'll see them. We'll see a lot more of them.
Yeah. Now, I didn't look at this, and I should have. Jeff, you may have your little more work. Before I ask this question, David Spivey says Junior Caminero is in the inserts, but he doesn't see him in the base set checklist. Did you see him in there, Jeff? Because he's the guy they're going to lead Series 2 with.
I think that's right. I don't think he's in there. There are a couple other guys that they left out, like Noelve Marte, I believe, is not in there either. There are a couple of guys that are in there, like Marco Luciano and Luis Matos from the Giants. But yeah, I think Caminero is not in the base set.
Okay. Yeah, I see some. Jared Seto is confirming he didn't see him in that list either. So I mean, so they're holding him back. Otherwise, this Series 1 would be so. I mean, it's crazy. I think 4 big rookies is loaded, but three seems pretty loaded right now.
And JV says Lawler, I believe, has inserts and no base. Yeah, it sounds like throwing a lot of guys in the inserts, even the ones that they're holding back with the base. I guess they figured by adding Dominguez to this one, they'd hold back some of those just slightly lower tier, the second tier rookies to make Series 2 worth it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We should do the same thing with Stadium Club and photography. Absolutely. Like Stadium Club, imagine the Stadium Club box toppers if they had no design on it and just the image.
Oh yeah. I mean, they have so little. They're always like full bleed. Usually there's just a little nameplate in the corner. So
yeah, so it's not bad. But you're right, Stadium Club, and I'd like to see some of the images, them choose some of the similar quality images for flagship, and maybe they will have those.
Yeah, I would love. I would love some of these gold mirrors to look more cinematic. Like Matt Olson's, if you could pull up, like, I was what I've been looking for. Matt Olson's 2023 golden mirror. It looks like a 2017 or 2016. Like, it's a low angle kind of on deck shot where he looks like he's 12 feet tall. Stadium's behind him. It's a beautiful card. Definitely on my like still hunting list.
Yeah, so they're doing some improvements for sure with the image selection, at least with the ones they've shown. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully, I mean, Paul Blackburn deserves a makeup from last year's SSP. They can do better than that for him. They owe him.
Poor
They owe
guy
him.
sitting in the
Uh,
locker room on his phone.
yeah, Jacob Ludwig says, "What about Gunnar Henderson?" Jacob, he was in his rookies are last year's stuff.
Yeah, he was already included. So
Yeah,
he
so,
and Adley had rookie cards in the same year, even though they weren't necessarily coming
yeah.
up at the same time.
But I think he'll have Gold Cup cards this year
That's true.
in,
Good
in, in Series One.
good point. So he
Yeah,
won't get the first card designation if that's indeed something they're going to go with.
yeah, yeah, definitely not. Is what else on the Series One checklist were you kind of intrigued by, Jeff?
Well, here I'm looking at it right now, and I'm just there's just so many things.
There's a
There's
lot of things.
what I kind of want to know is uh, how the limited inserts are going to look, and they've started to do this a little bit more in products, where instead of the inserts being like in every pack, like the last year, what was it with that the shiny foil card of an All Star in every pack?
Yep.
Um, they're not doing that, or they are still doing that, but they're also doing some more limited ones. So there's one, the heavy lumber is showcasing the top hitters on a wood grain design that's limited to 500 copies per card.
Okay, some interesting comments here. Pena Collectibles says Independence Day is the best looking parallel since 20. It's looks as good since 2018. I would say since 2019.
2019, probably.
2019, they also look great, but yeah, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, man, these look really cool. Carl Hungus says the gold odds have gotten better, so it's possible the print run is going down. That would be exciting. I was trying to look up if anyone could see
I know the came out today.
yeah, I want to see what the golden mirror odds were. Because last year people did the math, and the number that was getting thrown around was the assumption was like 150 cards per person, which is pretty limited.
That's limited, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see what the odds are in 2024 because I'm wondering if that number will maybe go up or go down. Hopefully, it's not going up, but we'll see. Pack odds are on the Topps website. Carl, thank you.
Thank you, Carl. Neil, is there a black parallel on the checklist?
Yes.
Yeah, and it wasn't on the original sheet because it's
that first sheet that came out was the retail sheet,
so this
which I think caused a lot of people a problem. And the Topps blacks are only in hobby
only for blacks.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a little confusing depending what site you go to because some of these sites I've noticed still just have the retail.
Of course.
So there's still some interest when packs are open. What else is beyond there that we don't see? I just noticed that they are doing the stars of Major League Baseball, which is what I'm talking about. That's in every pack.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, those aren't the most exciting inserts, but yeah, they gotta fill the packs with something.
But the other thing that's pretty cool is for those of us who collected back in the olden times, they're doing throwbacks to 1989 tops, which is a fun little design. So there's some autos in that set, and it's gonna be cool to see some current players in that 89 tops design. Which, if you're like Chris and I, you probably looked through 100,000 of those when you were a kid opening.
I thought I should have had one. Yeah, that design, like, it's got that Greg Jeffries card that says Future Stars, like, in big letters. So I'm hoping in that 89 like insert set, there'll be some young guys that get that big Future Stars card with some autos.
Ew.
Those would look incredible, like an Adley or a Gunner or Corbin Carroll. Or Michael Harris. I'd love to see that. If the Mets want to take, maybe one of the young Mets guys could actually redo the pose, the Greg Jeffries pose.
Hands on his knees.
That would be awesome. Like, that would be maybe like I don't know who, like maybe Batty could be one of those. I'm probably not saying his name right. Batty.
Yeah.
That would be a really cool
They'll
card.
do a special Griffey for it. Yeah, it'd be fun to see a
Oh yeah.
Griffey honorary card in that. So somebody else earlier had mentioned wondering about what the World Series stuff's going to be. They've got World Series champion relics to 99, as well as Major League material autographs to 50 or less. Oh, and the
Yeah.
World Series champion autograph relics are 50 or less. So that'll be fun to see what they throw on there, and they better be on card.
There won't be. They had that in 2022 after when the Braves won. Trust me, I looked at all of these things, and they were all sticker autos. So
Well,
I ended up not buying any.
I know, but again, I'm hoping just like
I know.
supposed Redemption Fanatics is trying to get away from stickers. It'd be hard to believe that they would get to them so quickly, like you were saying before with something else, but you never know. We can hope.
Yeah, it would be tough. There's Jackson Holiday is not yet debuted, so we will not see any Jackson Holiday cards until
Correct.
he shows up.
And I'm guessing they'll probably wait till next year with him, depending when he comes
Yeah, it
up.
depends, right? Yeah, I mean, if he makes the opening day roster, he'll be an update probably.
Yeah.
With maybe a short print in Series 2.
Short print series too, but you know they're going to want to get a full year out of, or as much as they can out of Jackson Holiday rookie cards. So comes up any later than that, they might just push him all the way to the next year.
Oh yeah.
Douglas Campbell, this is a great show, but the guy on the right should bring enough of whatever he is drinking for everyone. Yeah, he's pretty selfish when it comes to that.
I'm a selfish drinker. That is very true. I admit that. There's not much we're gonna do about it though. Unfortunately, Jeff and I don't drink the same stuff. So plus we're not in the same room. So sharing is a little tricky.
It's bring your own. What can we say? Blabbing about slabbing. BYOB.
Yes, BYOB. What's that extra B for? No. God, I'm so bad at navigating websites. I'll look up the golden mirror stuff and I'll post something on IG. We can try to see what we think if the print run might be going up or down. I don't know.
Professor says there is a black parallel, one in every 248 hobby, one in every 75 jumbo. So they're hard to find. Going to be
chasing. But those should be hard to find. That's their premier parallel. Like those should not be one a box. Like those got to be really really hard to pull for them to matter.
Right. So I mean,
maybe they'll surprise us. I like to think that we haven't seen a mock-up of one because they're gonna make them really cool. Maybe I'm getting too positive. Maybe I'm getting a little buzzed. I mean, whatever it is, I like to think those Topps black cards are gonna look really cool.
I like the positivity. You know, we're going to be looking for those. We're probably not going to be opening much of this product just because the return there. But I'm really excited to see the Independence Day, the black, the golden mirror, and those design lacking SSPs.
Yeah. Okay. So I see Professor's Dugout is happily providing us with more odds here. So golds are 1 in 32 hobby. That's going to be like 1 in every 2 boxes. Then you're not guaranteed 1 per box, right? I think there's no way there's 32 packs in a box. It's not 1988 anymore.
No, sadly, those 36 packs boxes that you could.
Oh yeah, that were 50 cents a piece and contained nothing of any value.
Yeah, or like something like this. Remember these?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
When I first got back into the hobby in 2017, and I was like, oh, I'm getting a box, and then you found out the boxes were like $100. So I got a box, and then it was like a third of the size of one of these monsters.
Yeah, and now we're at the point where like 16 Stadium Club packs for $120. We're like, yep, great deal.
Yep, yeah, or like 32 cards in a box like this.
Well, yeah. All right, so I have an off-topic question from 5-star. Well, I'm just going to say 5-star.
Okay.
He's asking if I think Dale Murphy belongs in the Hall of Fame, and I would say yes. I would absolutely vote for Dale Murphy to be in the Hall of Fame. The 80s were not a big offensive era. He's got back-to-back MVPs. He played center field. The dude was an absolute monster for a decade. However, I've said before, I would not vote for Andrew Jones. I would vote for Dale Murphy. And I was kind of surprised. He was on a veterans ballot with Don Mattingly. And I thought for sure one of those two guys would get in, and neither one of them did. I want to say it was like 2 years ago. I was surprised.
Yeah. I mean, they're all great players, so you hate to nitpick, but once Harold Baines was deemed a Hall of Famer, how could you not have Dale Murphy, who was a premier player of the 80s, and Don Mattingly, even though his peak was shorter? So I think we'll probably end up seeing more guys from that era as we go. Based on
almost as a counterpoint, I would say like we should not use Harold Baines as any sort of bar
I know,
because it
but
was such a screw up. It was such a if you look at who's everyone above Harold Baines has to get in, the hall's going to grow by like 20%. So I think they were smart. Just like they screwed up. The committee didn't know what they were doing. They made a mistake. We have to just ignore it and move on. There's no other way to like. It stinks because once Harold Baines gets in, the list of people better than Harold Baines that aren't in the Hall of Fame, it's a long list.
yeah. Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yep. CNT Harold Baines messed it up. Lincoln Thomas, yes. The first SSPs, 1989 Upper Deck Dale Murphy reverse negative. That card was so sought after. The mythological nature of that card in 1989. That was huge.
Yeah, that card is still on my like lifetime wish list. I don't own it. I've never owned it. I've always wanted it. Sometime I will own that card. I don't know when. I don't know
Maybe
how.
Hall of Fame, you'll have to get it.
Jeez, I was just almost quoting The Little Mermaid right there. Good thing I stopped myself. I'm sure no one picked up on it though, so it's fine. Not a lot of crossover there.
We're under the sea. Is there a Stadium Club Sapphire? There is not color auto.
But there's a Stadium Club Chrome, which is just as good. Now, we haven't heard if it's coming out yet, though. I've not seen any release information. I know one person who works for Fanatics. I bug them all the time, and they don't have an answer for me. So I don't know if we're going to get it. Hopefully, we get it. Yeah, that's the one product Jeff and I look forward to every year. Well, not the one product. The one product Jeff and I rip every year aggressively.
Yeah, and I think while Sapphire is great, I feel like less is more when it comes to Sapphire. They're really kind of put Sapphire saturating the market of all of their products. So I have no problem with it staying away from Stadium Club. Stadium Club has some really cool stuff like Gold Mint. Levi, yes, it's slowly becoming a Disney podcast. I could feel it coming next week at Disney Anna, which is their new trading card game, Chris. Maybe we can get into it.
Oh, boy. That's a separate. We'll have to talk about that after, but the answer is almost certainly yes.
Okay, so we missed a few things here. I think there's 20 packs per box, Professor says.
Okay.
And Carl says, didn't Jumbo lose a few cards overall? I'm not sure what the pack and box makeup of this is. It's just, again, it's a product we don't buy, so I don't look at it that closely.
We did. We used to, like back in 2020 when we were kind of like homebound, we did rip like a few hobby jumbos.
That's true.
Just because I like the guaranteed auto. And you know that in the regular hobby box, when it says relic or auto, you're getting that relic. And if you're anything like me, it's going to be a Javi Baez relic or like a Jeff McNeil relic. You're not going to be happy with that relic.
As far as relics go, those are pretty good.
Yeah.
Jared says we got a taste of 89 design this year in 2023 Topps Archives. That's right. I didn't open any Topps Archives, but I did see some in shops, and that 89 design brings me back.
Yes, there was a really cool Braves one that was Chipper Jones on one side, Andrew Jones on the other, and there were, I think, autos numbered out of like 10.
Cool.
I saw one. It's so tempting, but it was gone before I could even make up my mind.
Probably better.
You know.
Yeah.
10 extra box by.
And
interesting.
That's right. I remember it being a source of controversy a little bit in the fall when Update came out and they changed the format based from what the sell sheet was to what the actual product was.
Yeah, that went from 24 packs to 20.
Yeah.
And when everything and all the inserts are listed as pack odds, you're doing math to decide if you're going to buy a hobby box to get 24 packs. And suddenly you get 20. Like they got to be on top of that. They got to do a better job than that.
Yeah, I'm surprised there were not. Originally, we heard a lot of people complaining about it, but nothing ever came of it. But yeah, that's borderline fraudulent. If you're pre-ordering something at an expected, you just get it in the mail and they don't even mention what the difference.
All right, so we're 49 minutes in. I do have to leave at some point, but we got some time. But I want to talk about Stadium Club.
Yes, so that's the other product that's coming out. Thanks everybody for chiming in on 2024 Topps. Let us know in the comments what you guys are going to be looking for, if you're going to be ripping any of this product. If you like the design, let us know. But Chris, yeah, let's hit Stadium Club.
All right, Shelly the Turtle, thank you for pointing that out. I will take a look. The one I was looking at was like a gold parallel, I think. He says there's more of those Jones autos. I'll dig around. But anyway, so Stadium Club comes out on the 24th, which is less than a week from today. So we can start to get excited. Now, full disclosure, Jeff and I love this product, but we don't usually rip it because when we do, we get just absolutely horrific autos that make us hate ourselves and hate our lives.
Yeah.
But there's stuff in the set that I'm really excited about that I wanted to talk about briefly. Number one is Austin Riley's first image variation since his rookie year. Not counting, of course, the gold mirror because everyone got one. But Austin Riley has a Stadium Club image variation. It's his first Stadium Club image variation. I'm excited to see what this card is going to be.
Yeah, he's turning into a superstar, so it's good that he's finally getting one.
Yes, he's had 3 really great years in a row that he top 10 MVP votes, and yeah, he's put up big numbers. But he's so overshadowed by what Acuna did, what Freeman was doing, what Olsen did. You don't even notice he's their 3-hitter for the team that just had like the best offensive season of all time until they had to face Ranger Suarez in the playoffs. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, that's probably what the first thing I'm excited to see is Austin Riley's image variation. When people start ripping, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I already have a saved search, locked, loaded, ready to go. Oh, excuse me. There's also variations for Acuna, Jordan. I'm excited to see those. Jordan doesn't always get this kind of treatment, so that's fun to see. He's getting some respect. And of course, Michael Harris is going to have a rookie variation. If you have not looked at Stadium Club, the Michael Harris base card, if you remember a few weeks ago, we had that board. We did a whiteboard of all the Michael Harris like gold refractors and which one do we think the best investment is. I have not purchased one yet. The number across like 2,200 different gold refractors, and I just can't. I don't know. I can't see one standing out in the next 5 years. So I don't know. I haven't done anything yet. I'm a little frozen with indecision. But the Stadium Club card is his best image by far that I've seen thus far. He's celebrating a win with Heredia and Acuna in the outfield, and there's going to be on-card autos. So that's probably going to be the first Michael Harris rookie card that I buy.
Yeah, Stadium Club on-card autos is one of the huge draws of the set, especially when you get a superstar, which is rare when Chris and I open them, so that's why we don't open a whole lot anymore. Pena Collectibles said that Stadium Club is changing their chrome parallels. Instead of just changing the color of their text, they're coloring the entire background of their card.
Yes. Yeah, they've added a purple for this year. In a Stadium Club Chrome, they got 2020. It was just the little, basically the word Chrome changed color. Then 2021, they went full bleed with their parallels. Then 2022, they kind of pulled it back. And I think only the reds show a lot of color. But again, there's a purple now. I think the pearl white's going to be more white. But I mean, really, we just care about the gold minteds when it comes to Chrome. Those are just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous cards. It's probably some of the nicest, like, design cards that Topps puts out every year, especially the older stuff. Gold Minted started in 2017, and the checklist is like 80 or 90 players every year. They're a case hit. They're really hard to find, and they look incredible.
Right. So if you can hit a top rookie from the year or a superstar, really stand out. True, we did not get a definitive reason why it got pushed back. Remember, this was supposed to be out in October. There are plenty of theories about packaging cost delay, quality of the cards, having to reprint them all, a lot of different speculation, but we never got a definitive answer. So
we didn't. Just want to show real quick. This is Bo Bichette's like gold minted rookie. I mean, look at the color on this.
That's a perfect card. Yeah.
There's more gold on these than there is on Topps Chrome stuff. Like the images are better. Like these are just spectacular.
Great shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The gold where it's at.
Yes. And those are still case hits. I don't think they've changed those odds. I will also say we were discussing image variations. I'm a little bit bummed there's no Freeman this year, but it's possible they just decided it was too many Dodgers. They didn't want to just add on. But Freeman's only had 2 Stadium Club image variations, and he's been in the league like 14 years. That seems a little bit they're shorted him, I'm going to say.
Surprising. How many image variations are there in this set?
There are 50.
50, okay.
There's 50 image variations, and there are 200 of each. So,
okay. How big is the checklist? So how many cards are in there? So 50 of them are getting the SSP treatment.
Yeah, there'll be 50 SSPs. How many total cards are in Stadium Club?
Like a 400 card set, 350, something like that.
I think it's 300.
Okay, so
300.
That's 300 cards, so you get 50. Yeah, you'd think that Freeman would make that cut of 50.
Well, they put they put some rookies in here that you're not going to care about when you get their image variation, but that's okay. But yeah, like Betts has one, Harper, Machado, Kershaw, a lot of guys that you and I really like, and I think a lot of collectors go after. So those image variations are going to be cool. And if the Michael Harris base auto is a base card, is like what I was describing, I can't imagine. I'm really excited to see what the image variation is going to be. Maybe just him and Acuna. I don't know. That'd be exciting.
So Filmington looked up the Bobby Witt. I'm guessing he means the Bobby Witt gold minted. The bow looks nice. Yeah, it's such a great picture. I can't remember what the Witt photo looks like.
It's horizontal, and he's just fielding a ground ball. Starting in like 2022, the gold minteds they don't quite look as great. Maybe because Wander Franco has one, and that's just soiled my opinion of all of them. I don't know. But the older ones, like 2017, 18, 19, and 20, like they're really hard to find, and they look incredible. Highly, highly recommend. Here, Filmington is here. I got this Devers, which also, I mean, just look how much gold. This is 2018.
Yeah.
And it's just so much gold. Like, these are some of the best looking cards. If you PC anyone, just go look at some of their stadium gold minted stuff. It looks fantastic.
Professor says there's a Robin Yount on the base auto checklist. I know what I would like to see. I wonder what picture they're going to use. I'm repping my Yount jersey right now. If you can see.
Nice. There's also someone brought up Dale Murphy before. Dale Murphy's got autos in this too, which I'm excited to see what the image is.
All right, so they're going after the nostalgic '80s fans in their audience. Shirley the Turtle says, much as I love Harris's SSP, his Stadium Club base card is so much better, and I think Chris agrees with that.
Totally agree. It's his best image so far, and he already has like 9 image variations. It's starting to hurt my head. The Golden Mirror one is great. He's hitting in the cage with his bandana. I like that card. I like the Chrome update one where he's signing autographs. But I mean, every set that comes out has a Michael Harris image variation. Even the Bowman Chrome Sapphire's got it now. So just be careful out there. There's a lot of cards.
So David says, speaking of a lot of cards, Stadium Club has 5 Michael Harris variations I see, including the 2 autos.
Yeah, so Michael Harris will have a base card. He then will have that same image in a 1991 variation, so the design variation. Then he'll have the same image in a 1992 design variation. Then both of those are going to have autos. Then he'll have base autos, and then he'll have an image variation, which is just the same initial Stadium Club design, but with a different picture.
Are there autos of those?
No.
Okay. All right. So there it is. There's just a lot of Michael Harris to choose from.
Yeah, Stadium Club does a lot of like the 91 and 92 variations. The 92 variations are only for rookies, but the 91 variations, there are like some stars in there as well. And those look great.
Love the 91 design. And again, they're recognizing the nostalgic nature of their fans. What's up, Nestor? And C&T Collectibles, Filmington, you're drunk? Maybe.
It's possible. He likes his bourbon collection to be unopened, though, whereas mine is heavily used.
Yeah, he's into the sealed collections. Per cards, I'm sending my Michael Harris Hobby Masters to PSA.
Is that from Finest?
Good luck with that. Yeah.
Yeah, some of those inserts out of Finest look really good. I'm not a fan of Bowman's Best inserts. I feel like that's starting to me, that looks like a set for kids. Which is totally fine, but just cut the price in half and like make it retail only and just sell it to kids. Like that's it's so brightly colored. That's what they're trying to do with it, I think.
I mean, and it was cheaper when I first got back in like 2017, 2018. Bowman's Best was so much cheaper than some of the other products. So I bought it a lot, but it didn't really have the same return as those other products, which I soon learned. But yeah, I mean, to each their own as far as collecting goes.
Sure. Professor's Dugout has an excellent point. One thing, all Stadium Club autos are on card except the chrome inserts. Most of those will be stickers unless they're redemptions. Like the Bichette in 2020 was a redemption, which is cool because when you redeemed it, it came back on card. But of course, it stinks because you can't redeem those anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know how many got out. They're numbered out of 10, maybe 4, maybe 5. Who knows? But last year, the chrome autos are always numbered out of 10. Last year, they jumped up to 25, but I saw on the sheet this year, they're back down to 10. So that's great. And there's 90 players. So those are super rare. If you PC someone, maybe you can live with that sticker.
Yeah, I'd rather have the redemption and get it. But like you said, that's trouble. Open it down the road. Per card says, no, the Hobby Masters from Archives. It's not.
Oh, from Archives. Oh, cool. Nice. Now, the Jeff had mentioned we don't rip a lot of Stadium Club just because we tend to pull players. Like we pulled Yermin Mercedes after he retired from the game. I think we have at least one, possibly two Brock Burke autos.
Yeah.
In the back of his card mentions his like season-ending and potential career-ending shoulder surgery. I think we actually pulled his Stadium Club 1 of 1 back in 2020, like the gold foil one. But here's the thing: the base auto checklist is 154 names.
Wow.
That is a lot of players. And I'm guessing if you look through this list, you'd be excited about 30.
So of the 300 players on the checklist, 154 have autographs?
Correct.
Wow. Wow. 5-star B, regarding Michael Harris Gold Search, is there a reason you're not going with the first auto price? Yeah, definitely check out the video because we talked about this. But Michael Harris is a strange case because he does not have first Bowman autos. Right?
I think Jeff, I think you confused him with someone else. Yes. To answer 5-star B's question, that is the reason I have not bought one of those cards. I just feel like the asking price is too high for what Michael Harris has done. He doesn't have first Bowman non-autos, Jeff. He does have autos, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, the conclusion of our show, the point I wanted to hammer home is that he's got 2,200 at least gold refractor rookies, but only 50 gold first Bowman Chrome gold autos. So it seems very, very clear what Michael Harris card we should be targeting. But the price to me is it's too high.
Right. So yes, I had that confused, but we were talking about like, well, why not go after his gold non-auto first?
Yeah,
but he
doesn't. I don't think he has one.
It's the second year because he just doesn't have any base in the year when he has the first autos. So,
but yeah, the conclusion is yes. I will at some point bite the bullet and buy one of those. I just feel like the price has to come down for a guy. Like he's great and his WAR is huge and his defense is incredible. But I don't know. His gold autos, guys on eBay want like $5,000-$6,000 for it. I mean, if Betts is going for like $9,000, how the hell is Michael Harris going for 5 or 6? I can't do it. So we'll see.
Right. But you were trying to find his best non-auto card to get, right?
Correct. Yes. And his Topps Black is a different image than Topps Chrome because the Topps Black image is that dumb horizontal shot of him diving and not catching a ball. So that one just kind of turns me off.
One option that came up was his Black Heritage refractor.
Yes.
In the mix, but no buys yet.
Yeah. Yes. Rob Selly says I should grab a purple Bowman Chrome auto. The red and blue make purple on the color wheel. I mean, that's an excellent point. Yeah, I don't know. I would.
Yes, when you have to explain your color match based on some art theory, it might be a little troublesome. And the purple aren't that popular.
I don't hate the logic though. I don't hate that logic at all. I feel like probably his blue Bowman Chrome first is the card I'm going to end up getting. There's actually one at the Burbank show in a PSA 10 that I want to say it was like $800 or $900. I'm like, that seems reasonable. And I like noted the dealer and I went around and I came back and it was gone. So that again, that's another time where I waffle and I lose out.
That seems like a reasonable.
Yes. Thank you for twisting that knife in my salty wound. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jeff.
Bought that.
Yeah, I definitely should have bought that, right? Instead, I spent the whole day trying to find a Freddie Freeman card that we weren't even sure was there. Yeah. And then it was, and we didn't buy
it. Speaking of the Burbank show, that's coming up very quickly, and Chris and I are going to be there. So if any of you are going to be at the Burbank show, make sure you let us know. We'd love to catch up, say hello. Let us know if you have any SSPs for us to see. We're going to be making for SSPs this year, I think. Last time we had very specific targets, but I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be looking for this year.
Well, if I tell you, Jeff and I have a plan to sell some cards in the very near future, and if we can't pull that off, we're mostly just going to be walking around shaking hands and saying hello to people.
Yeah, that's right.
At the Burbank show.
Our plan is dependent on if we can sell enough. But yeah, if you're going to be there, please let us know.
Yeah, we will almost certainly be dressed exactly as we are now.
Yeah, we'll be wearing some kind of jersey. I'm selling this for aesthetics. I bought the Bowman Chrome first auto purple of Acuna. It's beautiful. Well, I don't doubt that.
No, I mean, Acuna could sign a card of Emmitt Smith, and it would look beautiful. I would be tempted to buy it. But yeah, those 2017s, like his parallel is it's a little bit wacky, just like Michael Harris is. But yeah, the purple in 2017 looks great. He starts getting shimmers and some waves and stuff. But yeah, the purple in 17 looks really nice. And Acuna's a big enough star that go for it. That's a beautiful card.
Yeah, yeah. I have a purple Soto.
Oh, that's right, you do. Yeah.
Um, yeah, which I bought, and I don't regret that I bought. But yes, purple does not seem to be a very popular color. Purple and green are kind of the unwanted stepchildren of Bowman firsts. But sometimes it means you can get a good deal on it. Like I got
Yes.
on cards like that, you take what you can get. That's what I
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, a Soto or Acuna first Bowman Chrome. I mean, like at some point, I hate to say beggars can't be choosers, but I mean, when you get to blue, like the prices are just going to start to be astronomical.
I'm not going to get a blue or a gold, so
No,
purple's
no.
good.
So yeah, yeah. Going back into Stadium Club, I did see that the variations, they're 1 in 216 hobby packs. So I feel like that's about 10 boxes, maybe one a case.
Like a case hit almost, yeah.
Yeah, give or take. In the blasters, they're 1 in 460. So these at a retail are going to be real tough pulls.
Yeah,
real tough pulls. But again, this is like one of my favorite days of the year when Stadium Club comes out and people start selling image variations. Like they just see the pictures start to come up.
mm-hmm.
And it's really fun. We have an Instagram group chat where we kind of send them when we see them. And there's 50 cards. We know all these players. It's, should be 50 with Freddie Freeman, but it's 50 without Freddie Freeman. So be it. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what these images are.
It's disappointing that it's a 2023 product coming out in 2024, but I'm just glad that we got Stadium Club, because for a while, like, we're getting everything but the kitchen sink thrown at us, except for the set that most collectors want, which was Stadium Club. So I'm glad it's there. Tanner says, "What's up? I'm itching to buy a box of SC. I'll be sure to show off my Graham Ashcraft base auto next week." Yes, please do.
Super.
I expect to see a lot of those type of posts on Instagram.
Yeah, I will also say, Jeff, there's no way this is going to be the last 2023 release that we get either. I'm still holding out hope Stadium Club Chrome comes out. I believe Topps will give it to us. I can't imagine they're going to stop making products, but we'll see. I don't know. Tanner, I've heard of Graham Ashcraft, so I mean, that's a win. Jeff and I have pulled many autos of guys where we're like, who is this person?
Yeah.
Josh Van Meter. I remember that one.
Yep.
We had to look him up.
Especially when you get a pitcher. Yeah, and as fantasy baseball players, we know a lot of the players that come through, even if they're not particularly counted on by their team. We know a lot of them, but then we flip it over and realize they're a 28-year-old rookie left-handed pitcher.
Yeah, Jorge says he's waiting for the Machado variation. If you see one, I won't snipe it from you, but send me the picture if you see it. If I see it, I'll send it to you. Yeah, I'm excited. Like, I do feel like Fanatics is up in the photography a little bit, just based on what we've seen
Agreed.
from 2024 Series 1. So that makes me very excited for what they could do with the Stadium Club image variation checklist.
Yeah. JG Wynn says the image back would have been fine if he'd actually caught the ball.
It's weird because I think he's like the only big name rookie that they didn't use the same image in flagship that they did in Chrome, right? Like, I think Adley's card's the same. I think Gunner's image is the same. But obviously, they looked at that shot after they used it for Series 1 and were like, no, like, we picked a bad one. And they changed it to a really nice hitting image, which looks 1,000 times better. So I'm glad they did it. But I feel like they kind of shit on their own image selection at the same time, which just makes me not really want the card.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and Jorge mentions that black and white set, which kind of came out under the radar, has some awesome pictures in it. And you wish they would have used those in a more mainstream set. They could have black and white insert set, black and white parallel to a mainstream set. Yes, that you're right about that. Those are some great pictures.
Yeah.
Adolis Garcia player color 10. Yeah, that's a great set. Amongst all the sets that were coming out, it was hard to find it amongst all those, but that is a great set.
Yeah, those cards look great. They'd almost be better as inserts in flagship, though. Like, and then, yeah, the autos look really cool, except I realize they're all stickers, which is such a bummer. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool horizontal images. There's a lot of like low angle, like, yeah, that's like a really good photographer set, but it's kind of just gets lost in the shuffle, unfortunately.
Mookie says a Mets fan must have picked the Harris image when he missed the ball.
Right? I mean, yeah, Phillies
Carl,
fan.
Filmington, I couldn't agree more with your Bonds comments. Yeah, we had a lot of Barry Bonds talk in the last episode of Spitball and Cards. So if you guys haven't checked out the latest episode, please check that out. And Filmington, who's a very wise baseball mind, brings up some points about Bonds and Griffey and their collectability. So definitely check that out. I know we're running a little long. Chris, is there anything you want to say about Stadium Club before we go?
I did notice a couple things changed. Like beam team inserts are like what kind of their like the insert that they're most known for. It's their most consistent. They made a change on those. Those are now case hits. So they're going to be a lot harder to find than they were in years past. So if you're ripping a box, you don't see a beam team card. There's a good reason for that. They want to make them more sought after, and they look good. So I get it.
That's great. I mean, I like inserts that are harder to get, not ones that come in every pack. It just
Exactly. Yeah.
that,
Yeah. Those are cool. And there's some really good cosigner combos. I mean,
oh,
we'll never see these cards because they're like 1 in a million packs. But there's a Jeter, Aaron Judge. There's a Jeter Rivera for you
oh
Yankee
man,
fans. There's a Maddox Chipper, a Randy Johnson Pedro, and a Vlad Jr. Acuna Jr.
oh man, I'd love to see that. What did you say, Pedro?
Randy Johnson.
Oh man, yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, there's a lot of strikeouts on that card.
Whew. Yeah, as Chris is holding out hope for Stadium Club Chrome as well, I'm holding out hope. It was such a great product the past couple of years, so I hope they don't just can it. Given the fact that this one got pushed off 3 months, makes it a little more likely that they do, but hard to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, would it be weird to release Stadium Club January 24th? Chrome came out really late last year. I
It did,
almost feel like it was because we did a live rip of it.
yeah.
And I feel like it was it at or around opening day? I feel like it was at least late March.
It was spring training, so
Spring
yeah.
training. So it was in March. So I mean, I'm not giving up on it. I think we're gonna get it.
Ariane, Chris, yeah, Chris said the beam team is much harder to get this year. So roughly a case hit, right? Based on what you saw from odds.
Yes, yeah. The beam team is now a case hit. They made them more difficult to pull.
Perk, I'm with you. I'd love to see the Pack beat the 49ers. It was a great game last week. They really took it to Jerry's team. It'd be great to see an all NFC North NFC Championship against the Lions. We have some fans. Teapot, one of our compadres on Spitball and Cards, a huge, long-suffering Lions fan. So I'm happy they got a win. It'd be so great to see the Packers and Lions match up in the NFC Championship. That'd be great.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about.
No, but it's close to training. I was going to say.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, and also Valentine's Day is the official opening of spring training. So baseball's doing us right this year.
Yes.
I think baseball will be all of our Valentines. We got Series 1, we got spring training. We're all set. What more do we need, really?
Right. Exactly. So tell your significant other no plans on Valentine's Day. You're going to be ripping packs, watching players show up. Going to be a lot of best shape of my life comments. We see that guys rolling into camp. It's going to be great.
I told you, I already heard my first one. Aaron Boone said on the MLB Network that Giancarlo Stanton's in the best shape of his life. He's going to have a big year. So
going to play at least 60 games.
Yeah. You can just go ahead and write that one in stone. Like, that's as good as done. 3rd round pick this year. Absolutely in your fantasy draft. But yeah, like Jeff was saying, let's get a hobby box, get some candles. We'll get some Sauvignon Blanc, some nice romantic music, maybe a little Fiona Apple, playing lightly in the background, and rip a box of cards with your significant other.
Now, I didn't look at the calendar to see, but does the 14th fall on a Thursday? I'm assuming it's probably a Tuesday since that's most breaking days. But if it falls on a Thursday, I don't know how we're going to explain that one.
Well, listen, hey, I did we opened a box from PSA on my 20th wedding anniversary, Jeff.
That's
so
true.
I can explain it no problem.
Yeah, it was day.
Yeah, I can explain it simply by I'm staying at your house for the next 2 days. It's a pretty easy solution.
A lot of room on the couch. 5-star Stan's knees were rebuilt on hopes and dreams.
I mean, yeah.
Can you imagine a season where Stanton plays 130 games?
No.
That'd be. Gotta say, I'm not a Yankees fan, but I don't like to see Stanton suffering for. He's such a great talent. It's too bad injuries have derailed his career so greatly. But
what baseball should consider doing is what our softball leagues do, Jeff. And you get one runner per inning.
Yeah.
So Stan gets on base, he just calls for the runner.
Yep.
And there you go. I problem solved. That video of him trying to score from second base, it makes my legs hurt. It makes my ankles hurt. My knees hurt. I can't watch it. Like, it's upsetting. I
It is.
hate seeing anyone play injured. I hate seeing guys get hurt. I will always remember him just absolutely annihilating balls. His World Baseball Classic home run that helped Team USA win is still one of the hardest hit balls I think I've ever seen.
That's a
But
good. Yeah.
I think those days are behind us.
Well, for his sake, I hope not. For the rest of baseball, I wouldn't mind Yankees having another terrible lineup except for Judge and Soto.
Okay, so briefly, I got to go in about 5 minutes, but MLB Network came out with their list of the best right fielders in baseball.
How
Okay.
that? Yes. You
Okay.
have it.
I'm sorry?
Do you have it handy?
No. Obviously, Acuna was 1, as it should be. I think Kyle Tucker was 2.
Yes.
Juan Soto was 3.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Juan Soto was on this list, because Juan Soto is a left fielder who played left field for San Diego, and there's no way in hell he's playing right field for the Yankees.
I don't
right?
think so. Unless they have
So I don't
some.
understand why he's on the list.
Is he shagging balls in right field in the winter league?
I have no idea, but if anyone in Yankee management, including Aaron Boone, Brian Cashman, if anyone was like, yeah, let's just put Aaron Judge in center field for the season, they should be fired immediately and banned from ever being involved in baseball again. Like, he can't stay healthy in right field, the smallest right field in baseball. If the plan is to put him in center field, I don't even know. I can't wrap my head around it. Someone make sense of it, please.
Yeah, Amori. Aaron Judge wasn't number 2 because he wasn't even on the list.
Yeah, Aaron Judge didn't make the list, which is extremely curious. What are they considering him?
DH?
I mean, if I'm the Yankees, that's what I do. He plays right field at home and he DHs on the road. He's never patrolling a right field bigger than what Yankee Stadium has. But I don't get it. The list was really, really weird. It concerns me that maybe someone from the Yankees said Judge is going to play center field, and that's just.
He can play center field, but is that the best use of him? I would say no.
No, definitely not.
But
definitely not.
Star says Judge will be on a rascal by year's end if he's in center field. I agree.
Right? Yeah.
He's going to need that runner, and then Stan's going to have to run for himself. It's all a cyclical thing. They're just
going to be crawling around the bases. Yeah.
Yes.
I did see a comment. Someone
runner on the team.
Yeah, someone did say, "Am I sad?" They were sad about Vaughn Grissom, and yeah, that trade scares the ever-loving hell out of me. The Braves gave up 6 years of Vaughn Grissom, who just hit .330 at AAA and can play a really good second base. And I'm sure he could learn left field for what turned into 2 years of Chris Sale, which could be 150 starts. It could be, 150 innings. It could be 20 starts. It could be 5 starts. It could be 0 starts.
I'm a delusional Sale believer because I think I've owned him on a fantasy team for the last 10 years, no matter what. I feel like it's a good deal. I think I think the Braves are the exact situation where he needs to be. He doesn't have to be the guy. He can just kind of go out there and throw his innings. I think he weighs more than 130 pounds now, so maybe he'll be able to stay healthy.
Like I said, I'm going to send him I'm going to send some peanut butter and Ritz to the Braves spring training, try to get Chris Sale to bulk up a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, eat some Skippy, buddy. Eat some Skippy. But yeah, my hopes are high. Like you said, he's going to slot in the number 4 spot in the rotation. They don't need him to pitch like an ace, but they just need him to pitch in October.
Just pitch every once in a while, and that'd be fine for October. Amori says Vaughn hit his first bomb at Fenway, which I didn't know. So
he did.
Maybe that's what he needs. And the Red Sox need a win. They need something. So maybe that's it. Maybe it'll work out. It's one of those that'll work out for both. Faulkner, thanks for catching the live stream. It makes it so much fun when you guys are on here giving us things to talk about. Hugo says, what do you gents think of the Korean League? Tuned in last year and it was a banger of a season. Highly recommended. Pitching isn't amazing, but it's sick. We haven't watched much foreign baseball. I'm surprised Chris hasn't. I'm a big basketball and football fan, so off season I kind of tune into that. I'm not a collector, but I tune into that. But I'm surprised Chris hasn't made more of the KBO, Korean baseball.
Yeah, I just kind of I take the off season as well. Pursue. I catch up. I rewatch a lot of Simpsons just to make sure that 30% of my brain is full of those quotes. David Spivey says, with Stanton, Dominguez, Judge, Soto, someone's got to play center field, and that's a terrifying prospect.
Maybe they just rotate through there.
My thought would be that Dominguez is due back. What, like end of August, give or take?
Maybe All-Star.
My guess is they release Stanton when Dominguez comes back, unless Stanton somehow is being productive, which seems so unlikely. I don't know.
Maybe he has a big first half and they trade him.
Who's taking on that contract? Jorge, yeah, I'm right there with you. If you missed the spitballing cards, Scotty B and I got into a fairly heated argument when he said Machado was basically Ron Santo. I'm still kind of stewing about it, if I'm being completely honest.
Yes. No shade on you, Ron Santo fans, but I think Manny Machado is on track for a really dynamic Hall of Fame career.
Absolutely. Jay Gwynn 24. Listen, I actually do think Sale. Also, I watched a bunch of his interviews, and I really like his personality. He said some really funny stuff, some self-deprecating stuff, but he's also really intense, and you can tell. And I like him a lot. I do think he's going to have a pretty good year. Now, will I draft him too early in my fantasy league? Yes, absolutely. By the end of the fourth round in any league Jeff and I are in, Sale and Kellenic will be gone.
Yep, Sale and Kellenic gone, and we'll be searching the waiver. Hugo Dixon says tramboline. Is that a Simpsons?
Yes, that's what Homer Simpson refers to. If I recall, he takes a trampoline from Krusty the Clown for free, and basically cripples the entire neighborhood.
Sounds right. Sounds like it's exactly the New York Yankees outfield situation.
It's pretty similar, yeah, exactly. All right, look, I hate to do it, but it's 7:21. I'm meeting people for dinner at 8. I got to get out of here. I can't wear this to dinner. My wife was very clear.
Are you going to bring any cards to dinner?
I don't think so.
But
maybe.
Yeah, if it wasn't for 2020, Machado would have been well above 300 home runs. Yes. Trampoline. Okay. We're getting a lot of Simpsons references.
Goodbye, everybody. Yeah, that's anyway. Yes, excellent dynamite drop in.
All right, thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate it if you watch this live. If you didn't, please like and subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you'd like us to talk about. If you're ripping 2024, if you're ripping any 2023 Stadium Club, thanks everybody for joining us, and we will be back next Thursday. Any final thoughts, Chris?
Absolutely. I would say that between now and Thursday, some Stadium Club stuff is going to start to come out. If you see any image variations up for sale, please send them to either Jeff and I just so we can see the images.
Yes.
And C&T Collectibles, I appreciate the dough. Join us next week. Throw in any random Simpsons quote you can come up with, and I'll give you even money that I can name the episode.
And it's usually something I read in the comments. I have no idea what they're talking about, but yeah. So if you want to reach out to us, we're both on Instagram. My favorite cardboard is me. Cardboard addict is Chris.
Baseball card addict.
Baseball card addict.
Which one of us is drinking, Jeff?
I guess I combine our names usually. So please find us and then catch next on Thursday again, right back here. So thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Bye, Crowy.